Their names were Rudy and Rennie North, married 57 years, living in a retirement community in Las Vegas. Rudy was 68, Rennie was 66. They had a nurse visiting 5 times a week and an adult daughter, Julie, who came to see them almost every day. In 2013, a woman named April Parks knocked on their door. She introduced herself as the owner of a company called a private professional guardian. She had a court order. Parks had filed an emergency motion before a judge alleging that the Norths posed a substantial risk for mismanagement of medications, financial loss, and physical harm, based on minimal, if any, relevant medical evidence. Neither Rudy nor Rennie had undergone any cognitive assessments, and neither had been diagnosed with dementia. Rudy spent his time reading Freud and Nietzsche. Rennie read romance novels. They were told to gather their things immediately, or the police would be called. Their daughter, Julie, went to visit them, as she did almost every day, and found them gone, called hospitals thinking they'd been in an accident, and eventually found a note on the door that said, "In case of emergency, contact guardian April Parks." What followed? Parks overcharged the North's estate for guardian fees, assigned them new doctors who prescribed stronger, mind-numbing medications, withheld medical information from their family, and sold their belongings, with the proceeds used to pay for her own services. A month after removing them from their home, Parks petitioned to make the guardianship permanent. After a 10-minute hearing in which the Norths had no legal representation, a guardianship commissioner ordered them to become permanent wards of the court. Eventually, Parks was indicted. It was discovered she had secured contracts with 6 medical facilities and had identified doctors with blank certificates, telling them exactly what to write so their patients would become her wards. She appeared to gravitate toward patients with considerable assets. No judges lost their jobs. The commissioner was transferred to a different court, one overseeing abused and neglected children. That last detail is worth sitting with. The system's response to the judge who processed these cases was a lateral transfer, not removal, a different caseload. The New Yorker article that broke this story was titled "How the Elderly Lose Their Rights," written by Rachel Aviv. It's worth reading in full if you want the complete picture. It was the piece that put guardianship abuse on the national radar and eventually contributed to